like that either.
You know,
I think it lit it too fast. It's not doing what it's supposed to be doing. This one should be touched.
Cody's calling. Hello. When's it due, Cody? Hey, when is it due? When is it due? Dude, we'll talk about when you get home. All right. Actually, Google it. The inspection sticker, car and vehicle inspections near me. I don't know off the top of my head because I haven't got one in years. Because I got Texas. I do Texas thing. All right, buddy. Yeah. All right, buddy. Bye. You want to do another one with a different lighter?
No, I think it'll work. I think it's just taking a minute because it lit too fast. Diplomatico. Diplomatico.
What?
That's what the rum is called.
Oh, I would say it again.
Diplomatico.
What is that in English?
Diplomatic.
Oh, okay. Maybe. I'll allow that. So what are you doing? You looking at your rum?
Yeah, I'm getting it ready.
You got some incense?
Yeah, it's a little strong.
Look at that though. Hey, you got the incense, we got the light. This is romantic in here. Honestly, I'm a little turned on, baby.
Oh, okay. Well,
You said that was a lackluster response.
no, I'm just saying that we're recording.
I don't care. We're not one family. What, dudes ain't allowed to get turned on?
Oh my gosh. All right. Everyone, welcome to Cigars, Ports,
And the Seven Seas.
Kung Kung. We were watching this show on TV and he watched a lot of Law and Order. So every time he would say that he killed himself, he could have stabbed his own self. Dun, dun.
But he would make the dun dun sound. It wasn't like it was in the show. He would just do it himself. But it sounded pretty funny.
So I've been a little bit on the outs, and we needed to break up some of this stuff to put it in more measurable amounts for me to be on the computer. So we are just doing this segment only this week.
Yeah, and I think maybe we should do this from now on because hour plus is a long time for somebody to listen.
Right. So we started our new segments in season 3. We have the intro, the interview, and then Cigar Sports in the Seven Seas at the end. But we are thinking about just pulling the intro and the interview separate, and then just having a filler or another episode of Cigar Sports in the Seven Seas,
where we review liquor, I review cigars, and I tell you a little story
about the Seven Seas.
About them Seven Seas.
So I don't know. Y'all let us know if you're interested in us doing that, breaking it up. I know for me as the editor, and since the computer's like kind of difficult for me, it's better. But we want to hear what you want to hear.
Normally it's not difficult for her. She whacked herself on the head.
Right.
She had a concussion, so she needs to kind of lay
Doctor's orders. I have to stay off the computer.
Or limit
it.
Yeah.
And TV and reading and running
and working out of any kind.
Yeah.
So we walk now. We're like an old married couple. We can go for our walks.
All right.
We've been married for 5 years, but we act like we married for 50 years.
Let's go into our reviews because I'm anxious to start tasting this. Okay. I'm going to go first. I've got a new bottle. Heath got me this, and it is Diplomatico rum. It is aged sipping rum, mellowed to perfection in small casks. And I was reading about this. It's a product of Venezuela. It's La República Bolivariana de Venezuela. I'm Mexican, but I don't speak Spanish. But anyway, it says Don Juancho Melendez, whose portrait graces this bottle, was the inspiration behind Diplomatico rum. As a local, he recognized the privileged terrier of the Planis Valley. I hope I said that right. Nestled at the foot of the Andes Mountains. This unique sipping rum is surprisingly intense for a white rum, and it has coconut and banana flavors and a creamy milk chocolate finish.
What?
It is right up my alley. So I'm gonna
That
pop
sounds
this lid.
as impressive as your Spanish reading. Whoa.
There you go. Smells like.
Can I get a sniff?
Okay, I'll let you sniff.
Thank
Sniff
you.
it. Just sniff it.
Come
Don't try it.
Sniff this. Ooh, a lot of flavors in there.
I know.
Not flavors, aromas.
Potpourris.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I'm gonna pour a little glass and have a little sip for you.
What's the alcohol content in there?
47.
Whoa.
I don't know what that means.
That's 84%, 84 proof. I'm sorry.
Okay. So you just
Double it.
Double
Yeah,
it.
just do a little math.
Just spinning it around. It is a white rum, and the legs on this go down pretty slow, so I can imagine it's going to give me a nice hug inside. The aromas do smell banana-y. I smell the coconut. I don't smell the chocolate, but I guess I'll taste it, huh?
Hopefully.
Well, it just tastes like alcohol. Maybe I need to let it sit for a minute.
So you're not impressed right now.
I didn't taste any of these flavors that were promised on the back of this bottle.
That's bullshit.
Yeah. It burns.
You got some, is it hugging you?
Yeah, it's giving me that Kentucky hug or Venezuelan hug.
Wow. So.
Damn you, Planas.
That was a high dollar. I wouldn't a cheap bottle of rum either.
It's $29.99 price point.
I mean, $30 is pretty,
Yeah.
So it's basically rubbing alcohol in a cool bottle.
Well, that was just the first sip. So let me get one more in before you go on.
Okay.
Okay, so that time, obviously the first sip, you get it out of the way.
Yeah.
Let your body know. Like our friend from Ian tells us from Why Whiskey. I'm assuming it's the same with rum. This time I let it sit on my tongue for a little bit longer, roll it around in there, and then breathed out through my mouth. Now I can taste some of these flavors. I can definitely taste the coconut and a light touch of that banana. Still don't get the milk chocolate finish. Don't really know.
Maybe that's just like a clickbait, just to make you taste it.
Oh, we'll get a lot of women to buy this.
Yeah.
Milk chocolate. Yeah,
Yeah, right.
It's good though. Sipping rum, it is.
It is.
Yeah.
You don't need to mix it with
I
anything.
don't need to mix it with anything. I might do something fruity like a pina colada with it though, since it's already got those flavors. If I wanted to mix it, but still a lot of burning, but that's good.
Good deal. Well, may I proceed?
Go, please.
Okay. This is called Kill Shine. All right. I'm in a little backstory. We're about 10 minutes from the Mississippi border where we're at. And this is from the Kill, Mississippi. Now it's spelled K-I-L-N, just like the town is spelled K-I-L-N, but they pronounce it the Kill. They don't just call it the kiln or kiln. They just put the Kill.
The Kill.
So they're all jacked up how they pronounce it. But anyway,
They say it's not it's
the Kill. So this is aged shine. Okay, it's all right. It's 45% alcohol by volume. So it's not like real moonshine that you would buy on, from a friend, with a still.
Like the illegal kind.
It ain't the illegal kind. It's from a distillery called. Let me find it real quick. I know it's on this bottle. I can't always. Crittenden Distillery in the Kill, Mississippi. So it's cheap, man. It's like 20 bucks, 25 bucks for 750 milliliters. I love the bottle though. The bottle looked like Granny, like a smaller version of Granny on the Beverly Hillbillies.
Yeah, with her jug.
Her whiskey jug with the triple X's on it.
You could probably blow in there and make some
Oh yeah, let
music.
me see. Let me open it up first.
Yeah. Ooh, nice.
No.
Do you want me to do it? Here.
Here, let Amy try. She's better
I
than I
used to
am.
play the flute.
Oh, so that makes you an expert. Okay.
It means I'm an expert at playing the Kill Shine bottle.
Well, that's pretty intense.
Yeah.
If it's
Nice deep sound.
I'm trying now. That sucked. Anyway, I'm gonna pour it though. All right, so this is like I said, 45% alcohol by volume. They have a few different flavors. Let's empty this one out. So this it's basically I'm gonna read this. They have one that's straight corn liquor. This is whiskey distilled from bourbon mash. So aged for a minimum of 1 year. It don't tell you how long, but you know it's at least a year. And this is basically this is some backwoods hooch.
Yeah.
You know, this is hooch.
Does it tell you what's in there?
No.
Oh.
It tells you it's bourbon mash.
Oh, I didn't know
Whatever
if
that
it
is.
had like ingredients or
No, it don't have the ingredients, or it don't tell you how many calories either. But when most people think of moonshine, they don't think Mississippi, but it was a big business here back in 1910. As a matter of fact, that was the year that Kill, Mississippi became the moonshine capital of the world. I had no idea.
Oh my gosh, just outside our backyard.
Yeah, 20 minutes from us. Our Kill Shine is so well crafted that people even to this day say it ought to be illegal. Mississippi corn and cold, deep Hancock County water. That's Kill Shine. For more on our story, go to www.killshine, KILN, shine, SHINE.com. So I need to go visit the distillery, I think.
And if you would like to sponsor us, Kill Shine.
Kill Shine,
this
we're
story.
talking good. And this is actually, I looked up Kill Shine on its website, and they have drinks made after Kill Shine. It was actually voted in one of the bartender websites. I can't remember, one of the top mixing whiskeys as per bartenders.
Really?
They have margaritas named after it. They have martinis named after it. They have a lot of stuff named after Kill Shine, like Bloody Mary, Kill and Mary or something like that is named after Kill Shine. Yeah. So
this is just another, Bloody Mary means a killer.
Yeah.
And then killer Bloody Mary.
Yeah, something like that.
Double,
I don't memorize
double entendre.
Yeah, it is. It's great. So I'm gonna take a sip. It's this has got more color. The other bottle I have, the actual corn liquor, it's like water. It looks like something you would buy from a still in somebody's backyard. It's super clear. It's not as strong. It's more like, man, that one's only made 40%. This is 45%. Let me get a sip. You can definitely tell it's like corn liquor. Taste that corn. It's pretty sweet. It's good. It's not bad. I like it neat. I drink it neat the whole time. Never mix it with anything, but hey, they say it's a good mixing whiskey. So
I wonder what the grounds are for our mixing whiskey.
I don't know.
Since that's like kind of a faux pas to our whiskey drinker friends around there.
No, I don't know. Maybe.
It.
But if you're going to mix it in a fancy way, like a margarita or something like that, or that's high caliber. You're not just mixing it with Coke.
Right.
Not talking shit about our Coke mixers, because you know what did Ian say? You drink it the way you want it.
Yeah.
Whatever your body likes, hey, drink it. Yeah. So it's pretty good.
So what do you have to smoke?
All right, let me talk about that. Okay. I smoked this one the other day. Probably when'd you go out with your girlfriends? Thursday. So I smoked this last Thursday. And great smoke. I'm getting my phone where I took some notes on it, so I don't forget, don't leave anything out. This is called a Last Call. Pretty basic wrapper on it, nothing fancy. And I know the last time I did a review, it was a AJ Fernandez. It was the Relic.
Yeah.
I didn't know it when I grabbed it. Guess who makes Last Call? AJ Fernandez.
Well,
great cigar maker. He makes some good stuff. So this is a Pennsylvania Nicaraguan broadleaf, which means they take the seeds from Pennsylvania and they grow them in Nicaragua.
Okay.
That's
That's
yeah.
that's crazy.
It's a closed foot. So at the end, it's not open, it's closed. At Light Up, I got some spice and it was a strong cigar. It was a full bodied. So I was a little worried about like if it's already this strong, it was good. I still liked it, but if it's this strong at the beginning, what's going to get to the end
Right.
where it usually gets stronger? Also at Light Up, I got some spice, sweetness from the wrapper,
Hmm.
and leather and some roasted coffee. And that carried on to the first third, strong but flavorful. Had a lot of those flavors that kept me coming back for more. Even though it was full bodied,
Right.
it was still good. And the uh the consistent flavors from the Light Up. So I pretty much got the same flavors I spoke about with the coffee, the leather, the spice and all that. It's that roasted coffee. Second third, similar to the first third, is pretty consistent. Great burn. I mean, it stayed that nice burn. It wasn't an uneven burn. Stayed beautiful the whole time. And on the final third, I was worried like this is about to get strong. It's about to be too much.
Uh-huh.
But no, stay the same. Super consistent.
Huh.
And like
That's not typical of
normally it
you.
gets a little stronger toward the
Yeah.
end. So if you're already starting strong, you're like, damn, this is gonna be
Woo.
it's
Knock your
gonna
socks off at
slap
the
me in my
end.
face when I get to the end, right? But no, it was good. And it was rated between some people rated as a 90, some people rated as a 91, some people rated as a 89. So it was a quality cigar, $6. I paid $6 for this.
Wow.
You can get them anywhere from $5 to $7. So it's a super inexpensive price point, well worth it. See one, pick it up because you know for $6 you can't go wrong.
Mhm.
And then it's a hell of a smoke too. It took me about 45 minutes to smoke it, so not too long. This is a 5x46. The one I smoked, they call it a Pequinas. It's the size they named it. 5x46, so a little thinner, not super long, but it's like a 45-minute smoke.
Hmm.
So it was
Sounds interesting.
good.
I think that seed thing kind of threw me. They take them from
Pennsylvania, just to grow in Nicaragua, because Nicaragua is so perfect for growing tobacco, though.
Yeah.
You got the perfect weather, and a lot of them use those volcanic rock
Mhm.
to grow their tobacco. For some reason, it works. I always get amazed by these guys that do this, how they know. Like,
I know. Why would you think to use volcanic rock? Or why would anybody think to use, plants for medicine or whatever it
right,
was?
and how they know, like, I'm gonna grow this tobacco. I'm gonna age it a certain way and dry it a certain way so it tastes like freaking coffee.
Yeah.
How they know?
I don't know.
And I know, guys, I apologize. I did another AJ Fernandez. I didn't know it was AJ Fernandez till I started smoking it and started doing the research on it. So next time, I promise I won't get an AJ Fernandez. We'll do something else.
Yeah. He also does not sponsor this show.
He doesn't, but if he wants to, AJ, I know you're loaded, dog. You make some good. I know you're loaded, man. I'll take it. If you just send me free cigars, that's good enough. I don't need money. I'm cheap.
Oh my gosh.
So let's talk about some things we got going on, baby.
Yeah. So, we of course we want to know your input. Do you want us to split up the show? We've got that.
Let us know.
Yeah, we really like this segment because it's just a part of our who we are more. So, I mean, I know we're primarily a Navy podcast or military podcast, and we love our guests that come on, but we like going back into the lore of our branch and other branches as well. And we like to try different liquors, and Heath loves his cigars. So it's just kind of a little bit of us thrown into it,
Yeah. And I love doing the interviews with our guests, highlight of my day. And like we just did, we were on somebody's show yesterday, Scuttlebutt Podcast, had a great time. Probably had too much fun. I killed some whiskey. So Jamie had to leave in the middle of it to go to New Orleans with her friends. But
yeah,
I was when I was putting everything away, I was stumbling a little bit. I'm not gonna lie. I had to take a little nap, drink some water, take a Tylenol, but those guys are awesome. And I tell you what, we got not next weekend, but the weekend of Sunday, the 1st of August, we're going to be on Dave at Beer in Front.
Yes.
With Dave over here, we're going to discuss some stuff that he's passionate about, and it
some
involves
local brews.
Yeah, we might talk about. I'm going to be drinking a local brew. Jamie probably will if she wants to. It's up to her.
Yeah.
And we'll talk about that with Dave. And Dave's an awesome beer connoisseur. I mean, he smokes my ass. But he's got a great show. And then let me tell you something, Michael from Micro Break. I'm gonna be hitting you up too, just so you know.
Yeah.
I want to be on your shows. I love you. I'm a big fan of your show.
So Micro Break is a podcast for the attention span of a goldfish,
Yep.
or for people with an attention
Yeah.
span of a goldfish. And Heath and I were talking about this the other day, and we're like, in 15 minutes time, he can put so much information in there, but not like force like through a fire hose, like where you're like drinking through a fire hose or anything, but like where you could still grasp
Yeah.
that information, and it's just so much in a little tiny bit of time. So if you have like a quick commute somewhere, that's a great podcast.
Awesome. I tell you what, I listened to it. Like I said, there's one of those podcasts that I wait for the drop,
Mm-hmm.
and he's definitely one of those podcasts that Micro Break that I wait for the drop.
I like to fit him in when on my way to work as well, because I have
Yeah.
a short commute.
Right. And it's perfect. And yeah, I'll be hitting you up, dude. Don't worry. And whether you want me to or not. So I definitely want to get on your show,
Yeah.
talk to you for a bit and shoot the shit. I'm excited about being on Beer in Front with Dave. Loved our episode we did with on the Scuttlebutt podcast
Yeah.
yesterday. Those guys just, I love BSing with other sailors, and they're sailors, and it's just, I don't know, it's just reminds me of
Home.
work.
Yeah.
It's like
being at home.
Being at home. Yeah. Yeah. And they're super respectful. Their hospitality is 100 spot on.
Yeah.
Had a great time. And they'll talk a little shit while they're doing it,
Yeah.
which is what I like. And looking forward to it. Please, guys, please reach out to us and tell us what you want.
Mm-hmm.
All right. We're going to do our own thing until you tell us something different.
Right. Assuming you like it.
Yeah. And if you like it, hey, hit us up on Apple Podcast and review us. Send us a 5-star review and tell us what you like about it.
Nothing less than 5 stars.
Yeah. If you're less than 5, just go ahead and keep your comments to yourself. I'm good. You can send us that on direct DM us on that. Yeah. But no, we don't forget, if you haven't already rated us and send us a review, do that, please, because that helps validate our show.
Yeah.
Validates me,
validates
Jamie. It makes us really feel like we're doing a good job, and
and that we're not just doing, I mean, like we've mentioned before, we do this because we like it and we like talking to each other, but it also makes us feel good when people listen and say, hey, that was a good topic, or that was a good way that y'all approach that. And so then, we continue to want to do more.
Yeah, because we did the To Hell with Stigma was our last series that we did. Listen, I thought we did a good job on it. I thought we were respectful and did a good job on it. And we're now in the charge of leadership.
Yes, I really like this series, because it's just, everyone has a different leadership style, but in the roots of it all, it's all comes from the same place. Care about your people, listen to your people. And I just like hearing how other people go about it, and I think it's something for upcoming leaders or people that have been in leadership roles for a long time to really just take it back and be like, yeah, you know what? I like what this guy's doing over here. I'm going to implement that or put it in my toolbox to use at another time,
Yep. And also we got we're working with Kevin Sansbury from the Toxic Leadership podcast.
Yeah.
Dr. Kevin Sansbury. We were supposed to do one this week, but we had some, Jamie got the concussion. We had some health stuff going on. Right. So I had to postpone it, but I hit him up. Hopefully next Sunday we sit down with him and drop an episode with Kevin, which I think would be great. He's a civilian, so it'd be good to get his civilian insight on it.
Leadership, yeah.
And he does a lot for companies. He helps companies out with his specialty and his guests that help other companies out there that are struggling due to productivity, toxic leadership. So I can't wait for that.
Yeah,
he has a good show, and can't wait to sit down with him and shoot the shit with him and put out a good episode with Kevin.
Yeah. Did you want to shout out some of our other favorite podcasts? Because I know we have a lot of podcasts.
Yeah, I didn't get ready for it. I'm gonna shoot from the hip.
Oh, okay.
So, like I said, Scuttlebutt, Beer in Front, Micro Break, Toxic Leadership, Chick Lit.
Oh, you always talk about Chick.
They're funny.
I need to get on to there.
They're funny.
I haven't had a chance to listen yet.
They're good. And they were actually recommended for the podcast awards.
Wow.
For comedy. They're literature. So they right now they're doing Twilight, which I'm not a big reader, but I know Twilight. I've seen all the movies. Don't judge me, but But it's funny how their take on the book, and they're talking shit too. And it's funny because it's what everybody really thinks, but
But
they
nobody
actually,
says.
nobody says it. So
Yeah.
it's pretty funny actually. Who else? Jules on, damn it. I'll come back. No, Riddle Me That. Dr.
Oh,
Jules. She
mhm.
does Unsolved. She's a true crime. Few Bad Apples, true crime, but when police screw up, she does those. Which, hey, there's bad
Hey.
cops out there, there's bad everything out there.
Yeah.
Really good. Another military extra duty
Mhm.
podcast. He's real good. He hit some stuff that I thought was pretty important for military personnel. And that's just a few, guys. There's a whole bunch. If you follow me on Twitter, I'm calling out people left and right.
As always, Florida Man on
Florida Man. Oh yeah, that's given. Florida Man on Florida Man. They're cool as shit. They're awesome, and they're just awesome people too. Being that big.
Ian on My
Oh,
Whiskey.
Wow Whiskey. Yeah, I can't believe I forgot Ian. Oh yeah, we've done a couple shows with him. Super good guy.
Yeah, another military.
And there's a Tragic Academy's good. He does. He has some hard hitting topics. There's a few more. And guys, if I forgot you, I'm sorry. I should have wrote them down.
Now we are within the next month or so going to be coming out on Boss Rush Games podcast with Celeste.
Oh yeah,
and Ron.
Yeah, she has a good stuff. 1v1.
1v1. Well, actually, it's not Boss Rush Games. It's 1v1 that series. So we will be coming out on that podcast. So
and Scott DeLucio from Drive On podcast.
Yes,
he has a good one, and we're on his show. We'll be coming up probably later this month. Charlie Mike's real good. Raul out of Texas, doing some good things for vets. Yeah, he does some good stuff. He's not a Twitter guy, but he's on Facebook, and I think maybe Instagram. But I know he's on Facebook for sure. I follow him on Facebook.
And he has a clothing line.
He does have a clothing line.
Helping with veteran suicide.
Yeah, and it's important because 22 veterans a day commit suicide. Yeah. That's a problem. That's significant.
Absolutely.
And he's there to help them with that, support his fellow veterans out, support all of us in the military. And just really doing really big things, really big in Texas, and like Scott's really big in Arizona. He's really helping a lot of vets around him too. On the Drive On.
And what's so cool is that hopefully we're helping people here in Louisiana, and then when we link up and we network with everybody, we just get the feel like we're helping the country, by bouncing ideas off of each other and talking and that sort of stuff. We're just linking lines throughout the country.
Like Valerie, lady we saw on Facebook, on Twitter, her son was a veteran, had some physical wounds from the war on terrorism in Afghanistan or Iraq, and he ended up taking his life. And she actually inspired us to hell with the stigma. And I never really talked to her too much, just a little bit here on Twitter, but just reading her story inspired me and Jamie to hell with the stigma. That really put us, we got to do something about it, because she is such a gracious woman. And she was like, oh, let her know that we did this in honor of her son. And I sent her some of the episodes because she really wanted to hear it. And Valerie, you're a beautiful lady. I hope we did you and your son justice. Let's tell a story.
Okay. What do you have?
I got all kind of stuff. I'm a senior chief. I had 25 years in the Navy.
25 years, 13 years of sea stories. What you got in your head, in your noggin?
Son of a gun.
Son of a gun. The same?
Yeah, to us, it's just a nice way of saying son of a bitch, right? You son of a gun. It's like the PC version of son of a bitch, right?
So I always tell this story that, of course, it came from the Navy, right? Son of a gun. But I always say that it was gunner's mates, one of the oldest rates in the Navy, and that they had their wives on the ship, and when their wives got pregnant, they were son of a gun.
Yeah, that was wrong.
Then we found out that was wrong.
Yes, that
was a lie.
We can talk about gunner's mate. They're an old rate.
They really are.
Because as long as the Navy's had ships, what did it have? Guns. Because it has no use. It's bullshit to have a ship without no weapons on it, right?
Right.
So from the days of yore, gunner's mates were something. They were a job. It was a job in the Navy, just like bosun mates or a job in the Navy since the days of yore. I love saying yore. You ever notice that?
I know you said it 3 times already.
So, especially 4 times.
Uh-huh.
So the son of a gun actually came from the days of
Your.
yore. Yeah. British Navy,
Okay.
right? So back in the day, British naval officers, those lucky bastards, used to be able to bring their wives with them when they went to sea.
Mm-hmm.
So honestly, I don't know how they did that though, because I don't think officers back in the day are like officers now, where now officers have staterooms.
Right.
I don't know if they had staterooms back then.
They
So
must have.
I don't know. There wasn't a lot of privacy.
Yeah.
You got your wife doing your conjugal thing, and everybody's hearing it. That'd be kind of odd. That'd be kind of weird, right?
I guess. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway,
But they must have had staterooms.
I guess I don't know. Anyway, what if they all had hammocks? That'd be awkward. Anyway, so they obviously the wife's there, so they're going to do their. Back in the days of yore, they said they laid with each other.
Oh, okay.
We're talking biblical shit. They
Yeah.
laid with each other, and they would get pregnant. So on these
Mhm.
long deployments, you would do a year easy. So they would give birth. The wives would give birth between the broadside guns on the ship. Went across the long side, the broadside, the ones that shoot from the side, the cannons or
Right.
whatever. So since they were boys born near the broadside guns, they were son of a gun. I can imagine.
And I guess they were bad, or like young boys are mischievous.
Yeah, probably had something to do with
son
it.
of a gun.
Son of a gun. Yeah. So you don't, when you're telling kids, you son of a gun, you wouldn't say son of a bitch to your kid. You say son of a
No.
gun. It's like a PC way of saying son of a bitch.
Mhm.
But can you imagine that? Your wife's underway with you. Like, you got to stand watch. Now, I want you down here right now. You can't stand watch. Be trying to tell you can't stand watch.
I would imagine that they would understand that they had to stand watch.
You think wives were back then like wives now?
I don't know. I would not want to have a baby by a broadside gun.
Yeah, give it
Finding
like some random dude giving birth for it, helping you give birth.
The anesthesiologist.
Oh, there wasn't no anesthesia
Yeah,
back then.
I don't know. I guess they were a different breed back
It
then.
was different. No AC on the ship. It was just hot as
Oh,
balls.
no.
Hot everywhere.
Who
Ooh-wee.
even want to go to sea and be pregnant?
That was miserable, walking those ladders and stuff, all big
Mm-mm.
and pregnant.
I couldn't even imagine. Feet all swollen.
Yeah, the sausage toes trying to climb up those ladders.
Sausage toes.
Ooh, that would suck.
Well, now I know I've been lying to most people for years.
They don't know the difference. So that's one good thing. Like, the good thing about being in the Navy, right?
But-
Any retirement ceremony, most people don't know what's going on. So
Yeah.
if you screw up, it's no big deal. Just act like, just own that
Yeah,
shit.
own it.
Act like you
Yeah.
meant to do it.
It's like a fishing story. The fish was this big. It was this big.
Yeah,
It was this
but
big.
they wasn't
Nobody
there.
knows. Yeah.
It wasn't there.
Son of a gun.
I forgot to bring my camera. Oh, well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Son of a gun. That's pretty cool though. That
Yeah.
we did get to the bottom of that
Yeah.
mystery.
I'm glad
uncovered.
I'm glad I could mentor you.
I hate when you say that.
I know. Mentor.
Don't mentor me. But yeah, I'm glad we uncovered that mystery.
Yeah. And next time we'll have a little longer story for you. This was kind of off the cuff.
Yeah.
It's a good thing I have all this knowledge in my head. It's useless as hell, but I got it.
And with that, we'll wish you fair winds.
And following seas.